How do you, Mime Artists, and welcome to the 3 new great stages. So that's Muk, Exeggutor and Lurantis. And what I've done with this stage is it's pretty much just a Barrier Bash team. There's Diancie and Mega Diancie just for the Barrier Bash potential. There is Escavalier with Barrier Bash ++. Genesect, as it's just pretty high in power and it's quite necessary. Some of these have got relatively high HP, and Meloetta Nosedive, one of my favourite abilities. I do like big gambles like that one, so brought that along just for the hand that it can sometimes provide. I'm not sure if it went off in this run, but it is very helpful when it does. Can certainly take up what would be a couple of moves. It does often about 2000 worth of damage. Very helpful indeed. And this stage, it's not too terrible. It's quite easy to beat. There, 5 moves left. No items are essential. I'd say no items are necessary. It's a relatively consistent one to be able to beat. The disruptions aren't too bad if you've got a team similar to this. You've got 2 Pokemon just there for the power, you've got 2 there for the abilities, all of them super effective, so not too terrible. 5 moves left, 27%. The other 2 that I'll show you, they took a lot. Although the catch rates aren't too bad, I was just getting the absolute worst luck with them, no idea why. But Muk here, 70 attack power, counter attack plus, could be somewhat useful. There's not that many brilliant dark types. You've got Yveltal, but it's always good to have another 1 or 2. Next up is Exeggutor, and this team, it's a full fire team. I'm sure you'll have seen stuff like it. The Reshiram, that's there as it's quite helpful at times. It's good to have the Reshiram there just for the barriers, as there are quite a few barriers that will disrupt you. The Incineroar, quite helpful. I'm a big fan of the big moves. See there, does 2000 super tackle. The Ho-Oh, that has been skill swapped for Pyre. So Pyre, very helpful on this stage with quite a few other fire types, and Mega Blaziken, so that's just there for the combo potential if it were to go off. This stage doesn't really lend itself to combos that well, so I'd probably recommend something like a Mega Charizard X, because quite a few of the disruptions are in an X shape, or if you want to go with Y, that would probably still be quite useful. I think that would be probably the best bet, but if you want to go in with something like this, there are still the chances of combos such as that, a little bit of a screen wipe. So whichever way you want to go, test out, see what you like. But there are 4 moves left. Again, items not necessary in the slightest. And with 4 moves, that's a 13% catchability, 25% catchability, 13 base catch. And I'd done this so many times that I just thought 99%, I'm going with a Great Ball, I'm leaving this stage behind. It can be incredibly infuriating. I think I spent a good 20 minutes to a half hour just repeating this stage again, probably upwards of about 10 times just trying to, so it was slightly infuriating. You don't really need to go in with the Great Ball. It was just what I did. And their attack power is 70, full power. It's very similar to the starters from the Alolan set. Occasionally does a lot more damage when you make a match of 4. And Lurantis, exactly the same team. This one has, it's a coin stage, so you pay 300 coins and you can do it as many times as you like. No hearts needed in the slightest. The key to get rid of the Lurantises are to make matches like that just beside between where the Lurantis is. That way you can get rid of the wooden blocks and the Lurantis can make the matches. You can just get rid of it. So yeah, you don't need to use Great Balls on these stages. It was just to get this content out, to be able to show you what these stages are, what these Pokemon are, their abilities. If you're doing it over the week, you definitely don't need to use Great Balls, I'd say, for any of these, unless... No, not really, because none of them you're spending any coins on to any great extent. None of them take items, so you should be completely fine. The main place that the coins are going to go are the competitive stage for this week, as that's got a complexity -1, the Primarina one, and there should be a video of that one already up, so have a wee nosy on my channel for how I was able to do that. Got in the top 10, so not too shabby. And there, 19%, I think I used a Great Ball on this one as well, as it was exactly the same. I'd done this one for about 15 to 30 straight minutes, not being able to catch it again and again, being able to beat it almost every single time. But I thought, 86%, I'll just get the stuff out, I'll show you as quickly as possible. And thankfully it caught. Thankfully both this one and the 99% one were able to be caught. This one here, attack power not too shabby at 60, so it could be relatively useful, and leaf combo increases damage done by grass types. It's nice that they're bringing in some of these, but thank you very much for watching, and how do, Mime Artists?
Eggs! Eggs! E-double-G-S eggs!